Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Get You Painted. As always, I am Alec, and this is Dan, and
Everybody,
we are trying to get some stuff painted from our backlog and trying to help you guys all get through painting too. Some of the stuff
yeah.
that I'm painting tonight, I'm going to continue to work on Cynthia, and then I'm also working on Bricks, which is the thrall. I worked on him a little bit the last time and did pretty well. I gotta do some different washes and some extra highlights. I do like how the green glow turned out. I think it turned out
Mm,
pretty well.
that's the shark thrall or thresher thrall
Yeah,
or something, right?
yeah. You can only
Yeah,
get it through
part of
if
the
you did
RPG.
the yeah, if you did the Kickstarter for the RPG, they would
Nice.
and you did the
Send you one.
minis, they would send you one.
Nice. Okay. I
So
missed that
like
one.
yeah, this is one of those ones. It's not as rare as my Hierarch Voil, but it's pretty darn rare because not many people did that. I think there are probably like less than 750 in the wild.
Wow, it's pretty good.
Hmm. Yeah,
I'll take two.
yeah. So I'm going to be working on him, and then Dan and I are going to be chatting. So Dan, how was Bokor?
It was good. For the audience watching my stream, I'm working on a D&D miniature
Oh,
for
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
uh, one of my one of my friends right now. So we're in a home game. It's like a home campaign that the DM wrote, and his wife is playing a barbarian with that can like enlarge herself. So I've got two different scaled minis here, and I'm repainting one of them because I definitely used the wrong color purple on it, and it was not attractive. So we're fixing that.
Gotcha.
But hey, that's
So
the joy of paint. You can always go
y-
back and fix your mistakes.
you said enlarge, and she doesn't call say like because she's a
You're
half
not
orc
drunk?
barbarian like embiggen me, something like that.
No, no, Goliath,
Oh,
Goliath barbarian.
gotcha. Okay,
The I guess it's the new Goliath from the new 2024 rules that can enlarge itself because there's also like a Path of the Giants barbarian
yeah,
that can do it, but I don't think that's the one she's playing.
gotcha.
So I think she's taking like a little bit of both worlds.
I
And
understand.
it's the DM's wife, so I've got to put my DM favor time in by painting her miniatures for her.
Absolutely. No, that is
But
100% one of those things.
yeah, but Poker Ball's great, man. I fucking love Poker Ball every year. You should go.
I would love to, but again, for me, one of the
Bit far.
issues is, well, it's not that it's too far. It's actually closer than Nova.
Yeah,
But the issue
I
for me is, um, it'd be Sheila taking time off work so I could go to a
sure.
convention, and then it's the cost of the conventions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah, 100%. When you're
as
in a
with
partnership,
everything,
it's tough.
it's money. It's money and
Hmm.
time. And I'm happy that I'm gonna be doing Nova because
Yeah,
doing 4 or 5 days at Nova is gonna be a lot of fun.
yeah. So Poker Ball was very good. And I don't know if this helps you at all for next year, but they are changing the date next year. So instead of being in April, it's going to be in June. And after 10 years of Poker Brawl, they're finally expanding it to a full-on con center because
They're
we
not going. Wait,
frickin'
they're leaving the
sold out the
VFW?
event. Yeah, they're leaving the VFW. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm like tragically sad about it because the beer is so fucking cheap there.
yes, it is.
but
Yes,
but at the
yes, it
same
is.
time, like it's a con center, and I know it'll be a lot better for Seth, the guy that runs it,
Mm-hmm.
because for 10 years he's been coordinating like a meal plan for the event too. Because it's
Yeah,
off site, because it's in like the middle of the nowhere, like it's tough for everyone to leave the hall, go find food separately, and then come back for the next round timer. So
I've heard that.
he's been
Yeah.
serving lunch, like, and getting it catered for 10 years now. And that's a big ask, to be completely frank with you,
Oh
for
yeah.
adding on to all the other convention planning. So I totally understand that he's like, nope, we're going to a con hall. It's going to have better like organizational support. But the nice thing is that he was able to insist with the other convention runners that like he was bringing. the Boker Brawl to this convention as the Boker Brawl. He is not, piggybacking on their convention. It is
Yeah,
a partnership where they are joining onto, not just him becoming a part of their show.
that is
And that allows him
awesome.
to keep like, some of his clout and some of his, like, we've got space requirements, right? Because we
Yeah,
are a fully fledged event already, and we can fill our own hall. Um, we just can't do a convention center by ourselves. So we're
not
basically
yet.
piggybacking with this other group to make the convention center more achievable for us.
That's gonna be awesome.
But like the numbers we put up were incredible. And I'm not talking about wins and losses either. I'm talking about like,
No, no, I know what you mean.
I mean, if you listen to the control phase, I think they were
Hmm.
just talking about it too. And they were saying that's like at this point with the number of players that we had at that event, I think it's the largest War Machine event, period, at least
It
in the
even
United
beats out.
States.
It beats out Nova.
It might be close to WTC, brother. We had
Wow.
32 teams of 5 people each in the room at one time, and that's
Yeah,
and that's
that's.
just the players. That's not like spectators and
Hmm.
everyone else walking around for all of the just drinks and hanging out and
Yeah,
whatever they're doing, or the RPG games that are running. Like that's all participants. Or that's just that one
yeah.
Saturday Sunday event.
No, dude, that's awesome.
So yeah, I mean it's definitely one of the events to go to, and I would not miss next year if you are on the East Coast or can travel to New Jersey at all. The
Hmm.
next one's going to be at in Princeton, so it's a bit more central Jersey.
Okay.
So it's easier for everyone to get to. It's closer to highways, a little bit more developed area rather than the VFW in North Jersey. So it's a little closer to me, which is nice.
Hmm.
Um, I am going to miss giving up this the one hotel that we've been going to. It always has the full breakfast, the magical full breakfast.
Uh, wait. Do they have bacon and sausage or just sausage? Because so many
So
places,
if
I
you
feel like.
if you go
Go
for
ahead.
the upcharge, which is
Hmm.
worth it, so like you can get like continental breakfast for like $10, but for
Hmm.
like $15 you can get the full breakfast. And they're like, you can order pancakes. You can order more pancakes if you want. It's
Ooh.
basically like all you can eat,
Mm,
and they just charge you once for the full breakfast. It's great.
that is quite nice, actually.
Hmm. So I'm gonna miss that, but I think the space will be better. I think it'll be better for the growth of the event. So sacrifices have to be made.
Yeah.
Aha! Found a floor towel. Let's use it.
So I added a little bit of a brown wash and a black wash to bricks, and I
Nice.
think I think like other than painting his base, which I need to clean up a little bit more. Oh, I guess I need to paint the chest that he's sitting on
So is
top
it
of.
supposed to be underwater, or does it
Hmm.
like move above the water with those fins
No, no. Well, I mean, if you
or the
look at it,
tentacles?
I feel like it's supposed to be under because he's standing on top of a sunken chest. If you can,
I don't
like
know.
here.
Could be a beach somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, what
Like
I
I'm
want
just
to do
curious about
with
the
it.
mechanisms because like I don't know what the tentacles do.
I think. I mean,
They're just there
maybe.
being tentacly boys.
I mean, maybe. They maybe like that's why he can move above. But my goal with him is to actually do resin pours at like quarter-inch or half-inch pours going up till I get all the way so that like I do the circle until his
Hmm.
body is basically as long as it's above the base, the resin clear will be there and it'll be him swimming in water.
Oh, legit. That's cool.
But I have to do
So
it like
you're
a quarter
basically just going
inch.
to encase him in like blue clear resin.
Well, yeah, like very, very light. So you actually stay with almost pure clear,
Hmm.
but you just add in
Just a
like
tinge
you
of blue.
say, yeah, with just very little bit.
Nice.
Because if you go too dark, you lose all the detail. But I'll go.
Right,
I'm not
right.
going to go all the way like above, but I'm thinking probably. up to his gray line. So it's basically like
Hmm.
he's at the surface,
Hmm.
and it'll be coming
Get
up
the
onto these
threshers
edges.
above it and the smokestacks above the water. Yeah,
Hmm.
that'd be cool. Noise.
And that'll be
All
like
right.
a lot of fun. And I like
Yeah.
messing around with resin and pores and stuff like that. So to me, that's
Hell
always
yeah.
a fun thing. And I worked on him like
I've
I
never
said
tried
on
that.
the other stream. Oh yeah, it's not hard. You just have to be really careful because you
My
know
hands shake. Is that a problem?
yeah yeah about that. It's one of those
I got
things.
that carpal tunnel, boy.
I mean, yeah, like if you ever see me painting, well, you see, like I always have my hands flat when I do it. Otherwise, that
Yeah,
tremor comes in and
it messes with your lines. Yeah, for
it
sure.
does.
I know that.
But no,
I
what you can do
always
is,
learned that you can put your hands together, like at the heels of
mhm,
your palms, like
yeah,
this. And if you have to paint above a floating surface, then at least when they shake together.
yeah,
So, like, in relativity to each other, they're not moving around that much.
yeah. I'd prefer if, yeah, like that. I'd prefer just keeping them right there because like I have my arms on the armrest of the chair and then my hands are flat. And every time I pull up off of it is when I start making mistakes.
Yeah. Hey, good painting. What do they call it? Uh,
Posture.
ergonomic
Yeah.
posture. That's it. That's the word.
I mean, hey, the person who
Gotta have
really
it.
like before I hurt my back when I'd paint, I was probably like the worst painter. I'd be like hunched over, like
Yeah, me too.
painting. And since
I'm the
I'm like,
worst.
nope, I have to like sit back. I have to like paint small, like gentle areas, and I have to make sure like I get up. I can't do like long painting sessions. I have to be careful in how I do it.
I mean, it's probably best for everybody. We just don't know it because we're putting up with the strain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about this. Like it's one of those things when you're painting in your 20s or you're painting in your 30s and then you start painting in your 40s.
And you're like,
You're
oh,
like,
this is
"Oh,
different
actually,
somehow.
yeah, you're like I actually do need to, take care of myself." And
Yeah.
you take that and put in like a back injury and a neck injury and then like a tremor and suddenly you're like, "Oh yeah, I actually really do need to like focus on health and be careful with what I'm doing."
What are standards and practices, Meatwad?
Dude, that's such a good show.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
throwback.
I know. I haven't thought about
So
that
we
in
got silver
years.
here.
Oh,
Ursula, the
those
mind ruler.
the square Martians. They're Martians, right? Or are they from the moon?
Well, who
The
cares? I know
aliens.
exactly what you're talking
Like
about.
the two little like boxes, and they would shoot. They're like, go stand in front of that, because it'll disintegrate you, and it like moves so
It is coming
slow.
towards you. The bullets is very powerful. Do not move away. Do
Yeah.
not move away. Do not move to the side at a brisk pace.
Oh man.
They, I remember them speaking all pretentious too.
They did. They really were.
Yeah. Awesome. Where's the fucking
Hmm.
brown? Why am I
Gotta
so
work more on
disorganized?
Cynthia. Oh,
Cynthia,
Roscoe.
like Kane's daughter? Yeah.
Yeah. So even though she's not called Kane,
Mhm.
um, they
I
it
mean,
still
Kane's his first
is.
name.
No,
Isn't
Alistair
Kane?
is his first name.
Oh shit, you're right.
Alistair
Alistair
Kane.
Kane.
Hmm.
Daughter from another mother.
Yep. Yeah, dude, all that fluff just stored in my brain.
Pardon my
So one of the
French.
reasons I'm trying to get all these things ready for like bricks, getting him painted and stuff, and getting him finished is that way when I do the resin pours on the objectives that I want to do, I can do everything at the same time.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing all
What's
of the
your
pours,
what resin or idea you're trying to do for the objectives? I'm curious.
oh, I'm going to do the same thing. They're going to get encased in water. These are the pirate objectives.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm gonna because I bring extra stuff when I go to convention and stuff. I'm gonna have a full set of the pirate ones that I have painted, including I'm gonna have the flag go all the way to the top.
Nice.
So it's gonna be like just the very tip where like I think
Just a
there's like a
tip.
skull, like on top of the standard, and that's gonna be the only thing above the waves.
Nice.
And then so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna also when I can print again, I'm gonna print the Gravedigger objective markers.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And
Oh,
my
is your
thought
printer
with
still busted?
yeah,
Missing pieces? Yeah.
I mean it's the movers. They did
Yep.
not take care of my printers
Nope.
well, which is what it is. Um,
It's not their shit.
yeah. So when I do that, I'm trying to figure out how to go in and cut the STLs because they have the STLs for all of the objectives, and a bunch of them. I'm going to see if I can make them either combined or have crates landing on top of them, and then I'm going to magnetize in. I looked up how to do parachutes, so I'm going to 3D print the balloon part of the parachute, and then I'll do
Nice.
cabling going up, and then I'll do a magnet to the base, or to where the four chords meet, and then I'll have that
Yep.
attached onto the objective. So all of my
So it's like
objectives
they're
are going to,
airdropping the objectives are in motion, kind of.
yeah,
That's sweet.
yeah.
I like that idea. That's cool.
I mean, and
I
it's one
can't
of those
wait to see
things
that
like
done.
I can always just, if it's complicating people for the table, I can always just pull off,
Swap it out.
things. I'm like, yeah, and just quickly go to something that's not.
Yep. All right. Here's my secondary objective. There you go.
Yeah.
I actually had so like one of my 40 millimeter objective for the game is an old Winter Guard infantry standard,
Hmm.
like on top of a rock, like leaning into the flag, and I painted it all like a bronze color, very rough. So it's like that flag statue for the soldiers of Iwo Jima.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a very it does not do it justice. I'm not
Hmm.
pretending to be a real artist
Oh,
here,
no.
but it's a neat idea for it, or it's a neat look for it. And then at Boker Ball, someone was like, "I didn't know that was your 40 millimeter objective. I thought that was your flag. Shit. Oh, you gotta change that out. I can't tell." And I'm like, "Bro, it's on a different base size. Like, really? Okay." But I did it. So I used the other. I carry an extra 40 millimeter objective, so I use that for the rest of my games because somebody had an issue with it. So
I
I
get
was
it.
like, "All right,
Hey, I mean, like,
what's that?"
yeah, I was like, I get it. If someone's gonna have an issue, just make sure you have the backup and you're good to go. Like,
Yeah,
I've dealt with that before,
precisely.
and
Um, the other issue is like it didn't come up until we were midway through the game. So
oh,
at that point, I was like, I don't know what to do. I mean, like I can change it now if you want, like have the spare model right here, and that's
hmm,
totally fine. But like the board state's what the board state is, and if you didn't know
yeah,
that was an objective, that's it's really not my fault. We both know we're playing the same scenario here. Like
yeah.
you know, I told you what it was when I put it on the table.
No, no, I
Can't feel
get
bad about
that.
this. I'm sorry, but I can't feel bad about this.
Yeah.
um.
No, and
Anyway, he won the game anyway, so good
well,
on
that's
him.
good. I'm glad. No, I definitely have seen where it's when like you're like three-quarters way through the game, like 45 minutes to an hour in, and someone's like, "Oh, well, this doesn't work," and you're like, well, we can't roll back the whole game. Like,
Right.
what do you want
We
to
just got to
do?
be like an adult about it and then figure it out together. That's
Oh
really the
yeah.
only way forward.
No, I mean, I had, so like I'm one of those people when someone asks what my caster can do, I will tell you every single thing of what my caster can do. And I told people, they're like, oh, do you have any like thread extenders? And I was playing Resnick 2, and I was like, oh yeah, I was like, I have Boundless, and I can put
Hmm.
Boundless on multiple targets. Just remember that. And like I tell them at
Hmm.
the beginning, and they're like, okay. And then they'll be like, what's a threat range of the Judy? And I'll tell them the first time, I'm like, all right, so the Judicator, it's gonna threat 10, or it's gonna speed 5, it can charge for 3, and then it has 2-inch reach, and then I can also extend it with Boundless. And like, it's one of those things like, it's fine, whatever, I'll tell them. But there's a
Yeah,
certain point in the game where I'm not gonna
you have to move on.
like at a tournament. I'm not gonna necessarily keep reminding you. Like if you ask me, I will tell you 100% the truth. But if I
Yeah,
see you,
if you keep asking the question again and again and again, I will remind you anytime you ask that question.
yes, but
But if you
I
stop asking, I'm not going to volunteer the information. It's a
well,
tournament.
and like that was the thing. This was at a tournament, and like I
Hmm.
didn't feel bad because I just like I knew there were other things going on, but the guy measured 10 inches. from my judicator
Yeah, instead of 12.
instead of 12. Didn't ask me, and I was waiting, like I was looking, and I was like, because he like
You're over
probably
there
like
like
first three turns.
salivating and licking your lips,
Oh,
and you're like,
dude, like,
no, let me
well, like,
go, let me go, let me go.
well, yeah, and that was the thing is like because the first three turns he kept asking, and he'd pull out his
Yeah,
12,
yeah.
and he would do it. And I think the thing is he was so used to thinking of adjudicator as a threat in 10-inch threat. He was like, fine, whatever. Because then he was even measuring um and so the thing is it didn't even matter that I was within charge because I was going to kill. I didn't care about the charge target. What I cared about is I was going to kill the charge target, and then it gave me range to do double sprays and rockets on his caster.
Yes.
And he had positioned in such a way that like I wouldn't normally have line of sight. Well, also adjudicator can bulldoze.
Yep. Seems
So
good.
it was one of those things like I went up, bulldozed, still engaged his target, killed. It was only took one initial because I was like power and strength 23 on the charge.
Like you do.
Well, yeah, because like
It's a
choir
big boy.
bonus and yeah,
No,
like
it's hard.
choir
Yeah,
bone.
it's
Yeah,
colossal. It should hit that hard.
yeah. And I think it was going against, it was like a solo with like 8 boxes, but
Yeah.
it still like crushed it. I had like the second melee
Hmm.
attack potentially going to come in, but then he realized where I was, and he realized I now had direct line of sight to his caster. He had one Fury left camped for a transfer, and that was it.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough at that point.
Yeah, and I had two flamers and I had the rockets.
I mean, I've certainly made worse mistakes in my War Machine career. You know how many times have I
Oh,
gotten killed to AoE knockdown?
oh, dude. Well, like the other thing that was really rough is that he was like, okay, well, at least you wasted one focus on the charge. And I was like, I boundless. And then he was just like, oh no.
Oh, sad panda. Oh no.
Yeah. Because, and then he was trying to figure out where does he transfer out? Does he transfer out with the rockets or does he transfer out with the flamethrower? And I'm like, because he asked me and I was like, buddy, I can't play your game for you. Like,
Yeah.
I, and he's like, well, what would you do in my situation? I was like I had already done the math in my head. He like
I would
I
tell him honestly, I would do the math in my head.
well,
Because
I
in
was
their
like,
situation, that's what I would be doing right now. You
yeah, I
ask,
was like,
that's my answer, bro.
but I was just like, buddy, I was like, you really gotta look at what's going on, and it's really gonna kind of be
Yep.
your
Make a
call.
decision.
And he was just
Yep.
so he called a judge over, and like that he asked, like he went through the whole rule with the judge. This is why I didn't feel as bad because the judge like asked, and he's like, did he ask? And I was like, no. And he goes, so he's like, so he just moved it 10 inches and stopped. I was like, he did. And he goes, and the previous three turns, anytime he asked, like turn 1 through 3, you gave him the 12-inch reach. I was like, the way I explained it every single times, which is what I do. I was like, speed 5, +3 for the charge, +2 for the reach, +2 for boundless. Like, I'm
Yep.
giving you the
Over and
12.
over. It's like habit. It's like habit.
And I
Yeah.
don't remember if, and like that was it, the question came up was like, did you tell him that it was only had boundless charge, or did you tell him +2 for boundless? And I was like, honestly, I don't know, but you probably should know what boundless charge is when you're at a tournament. Like if he were to ask me what's boundless, because that's
Yeah.
why I
Then you
couldn't
can tell him.
remember.
But he
Like
didn't ask.
yeah, and so and he's like, so you watched him pick up the 10 and put it down and move his model. I was like, yes. And he's
Sorry,
like,
bro.
the judge is like, yeah, that's fair. And then he was like, but he also bulldozed it. And he's like, yeah, that colossal has bulldoze. And he's
Yep.
like,
That's the rule of
that's
the card. Sure is.
and he was just like,
Oops.
oh. And yeah, I killed it. So I did the first flamethrower and then I did two rockets, and the second rocket killed him
Yeah. I think he was
because
dead to rights either way, right? Because you had like two more rocket pods and a flamethrower
I
at
had
that
one more flamer after that, but I had additional stuff to come in and to actually finish him off.
Yeah. I think he was dead to rights
Um,
at that point.
yeah, like it just, and that was where I misplayed. I should have, um, this is like those minor things that only really matter at tournaments. I
Hmm.
shouldn't have done that first. Like the first thing I did
Yeah,
was
yeah.
activate Choir, then I activated Resnick, I popped Feet, I Boundless charged. Actually, I cursed the target that I was going to Boundless into
Yeah.
because I wanted to guarantee that like it hit.
Yeah, you
And
could put them down in one or two hits.
yeah,
You can't afford to buy attacks in that case.
no, no. So I was like, I'm just gonna curse it and just guarantee that this is all going in. And that was when the player was like, oh, like he realized what's the
Mm.
phrase? It was at this point he had realized he had fucked up,
Yeah,
like,
you done fucked up.
and like that was the situation. And I did like I got him, but I should have actually
Yeah.
I should have moved up other pieces. I should have like I didn't
Oh, for like
extra
tie breaks?
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
for like extra things because it was one of those team ones where like I
Oh,
should
yeah,
have
gotcha.
scored additional objectives. I should have gone for additional kill points because I had time left. I was like
Yeah.
42 minutes on my clock, so I had
But like
time
a
to
win's a
burn.
win, you know?
Yes, but like I was, like the thing is like you're kind of taught for team tournaments, you really do ramp up the
Yeah.
score.
No, for sure, for sure.
And
Because tiebreakers are important in large events.
they absolutely are. And so that was like my mistake from it. And like he asked me at the end of the game, he's like, "What'd you mistake?" And I was like, "I did this." He's like, "You would have just run up the score on me." I was like, "Well, yes, but anyone would have. Like, it's not just a me thing."
No,
Because at
like
that,
people say run up the score, and it's like, yeah, that has a negative connotation to it. But like, I'm not sitting here farming a lesser player. I'm trying to do well in a tournament, and these are the rules that I can use to do well. This is nothing personal, buddy.
yeah, I mean, I think it's just how it goes. And
Yep,
like, I think once he realized, oh man, I told you I was gonna pour resin. I realized there's I don't, maybe I won't do it with this big piece, or maybe I'll only do a very small amount because there's rats, and I don't want to have the living rats look like they're under the water. I
bilge
thought
rats.
I thought they were crabs. Yeah, no,
You just
and I'd
mold some
actually
like extra sand or something on top of them. Just green stuff a
maybe
mound
I could. I
to
mean, they're already
obscure that
paint.
there's
It's
rats.
already all painted and stuff, but I might just do like a quarter inch of resin, like clear resin at the base, just so it makes it look like
Or
the tide is coming
like
in or something.
sea foam coming from the opposite side the rats are on.
I could do that.
Yeah, options. The man's got options.
I do have some options. So, Bocor, how
Yeah.
did you do play
So
wise?
personally, I had a slightly losing record. I
Okay.
was 2-2 on day one, and then on the team tournament, I went 2-3. Um, and there were definitely games there in the middle somewhere that I should have and could have and should have converted. I feel like so like playing Ombre is still relatively new to me. I only really
hmm
started grinding games like last fall, so I've maybe been playing the faction for like 6 months ish.
Yeah.
Um, that's my first Hordes army since I touched Circle Orboros in Mark II.
Yeah, I remember we talked about this two
So
episodes ago
transfers
before you went.
and Fury mechanics are also relatively new to me, like from a tournament perspective, because I've never competed in a real tournament with an army other than Khador
Gotcha.
until I got to Mark IV, and then I branched out a little bit more. But like, I'm used to being the one that has all the stat cards and all of the abilities in the entire army memorized,
hmm
and I still don't quite have that with everything with Umbre. I'm getting there. But there are still things I'm like, is that a 5 inch or a 10 inch ability? Or is that a 5 inch or a 6 inch ability? Is that a
Yeah.
3 inch ability or a 6 inch ability? Is that, like, does this guy run 12 or 11? Like that sort of thing,
No, I get you. Yeah, that's
Um, so
you
I'm
just
still
need that
counting
with
out numbers. I'm still counting
experience.
out numbers. I'm still doing math. Yeah, I just need more reps. But like also, I don't know as well how to gauge how resilient a hordes caster is versus a war machine caster. And I'm like, Sometimes camping 1 is okay. Sometimes you need to just camp 3, and people are like, oh, well, I guess I just won't assassinate you. Um, so I'm still working on that part. Um, but I learned a lot of valuable lessons, and I'm very proud of like how I did in general.
Hmm.
Because I think that there were definitely matchups there. Like the reason I went 2 and 3 in the team event is because rounds 3, 4, and 5 of the team event. So the last round on Saturday plus uh, the both of the rounds on Sunday. I looked at the matchup charts that we had, and I was like, this is really bad. Nobody wants to take that player on their team.
Ooh.
I at least know what that army does because I played it, and I have done some research on what that caster is, what the new shtick for that caster is, and like I know what they're capable of, so I'm not going to get caught out
Yeah.
or tilted when they pick up all of my army on turn 2.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me take the Kishtar matchup against Blake, who's like one of the best players in the country right now. Um, and I know what to do against that. What do you do against that? You, as Old Hombre, you run your entire army forward.
Hmm.
It gets entirely removed from the table, and then you try to kill Kishtar.
Yeah. No, that's yeah.
So, so if I had done my turn correctly, I think I had a 93%er on her because she was camping 1,
Hmm.
but I didn't. I made some mistakes, and then to compound those mistakes, I had prey on her, so it was dice off 1, and my first damage roll was 1, 1, 1.
Oh.
And I was like, that's okay. It's going to be like that type of game. So Galena Alicia made 4 attacks that game. 2 into some random infantry guy turn 1,
Hmm.
missed both of them. And then 2 into Kishtar the turn on turn 2, hit the first one for 2 points of damage and missed the second one.
Oh,
And she's a rat 7 caster with prey, and all those shots were on my prey targets, and I hit 1 out of 3. I
that is rough, man.
was like, it's gonna be like this type of game, and we're just gonna move on with our lives. Got it.
I mean, yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah. And when it does, you just gotta learn to move on.
Hmm. Yeah, that is so frustrating. Like I understand completely.
Yeah, but like the point is though, I was taking that specifically because in the inevitable loss, I'm gonna bounce back from this probably like
Hmm.
better than they are because I know this is gonna be a game loss. I'm not expecting to win this, but
Yeah,
if I can convert that match, maybe we take the entire round because of it, and that would be really nice. So
that is true.
that's what I was going for. So I played into 3 consecutive very hard dodges for me. I was like, yep, I'll eat the grenade because it gives you guys better matchups. I did it 3 times in a row at the end of the event, so I didn't have a chance to bring my win streak back up, you know. But hey,
Hey, I don't.
it paid off round 5 because I took that loss. Round 5, I took the dust player out of contention.
Hmm.
Um, it was able to give us some good matchups down the line, um, and even though I lost my game, we won. We won 3-2. So
Okay.
that was worth it the last round. So that's
Yeah,
how it should have gone.
dude, I'm a little nervous about Nova this year, so I'm playing at the IG because
Mm,
I always like to play that high level play, even if I only end up, not really like bottom, but bottom third is reality of the situation
mhm.
when you're at IGs.
Yep.
Cause I want to wear full armor, full Temple Flame Guard armor.
Be
I want to
hot in there,
run.
dude.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be so hot. Um,
That's what she
I
said.
want to. Yeah, I want to run Temple Flame Guard army,
Hmm.
but for
There was
Protector
a
of
guy at
Enoth,
Poker Brawl that ran TFG.
they are not in a good place right now. I have done a lot of test games.
Uh huh.
Like compared to what I could run with Exemplar Interdiction,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the other
Exemplar.
thing. Rose was on my team. I don't know if you know
Okay.
Rose,
Yeah.
but she's great. She took a lot of our hard matchups with Krios, so Good on her.
Oh man, Krios 2 is so good. He's
Yeah,
he can hurt so many people.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
and
Rose had some bad beats in this event. Like, I think she was up like 10 points to zero on an old Umbre player,
hmm
and then they got like Morozov critical slammed Fire of Salvation or something or whatever his jack is
yeah, Fire
over
Salvation.
Krios.
hmm
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was that or Blood of Martyrs. I know Blood
No,
of
no, it's
Martyrs is the
Blood of
Thyra's,
My Ours is yeah, Thyras.
but I can't remember the difference between the names if you know what I mean. Like
No,
I
I
don't
get you.
remember them by name. And so like then Morozov followed up and just hammered Krios to death, even though he wasn't knocked down. That was the only way that Morozov could even get to Krios was to slam
Yeah,
and follow up, and pulled it off. So
I mean,
that was the box
Akers has
assassination
done
run there.
that exact same thing to me before. He
Yeah,
did it in King of Coins in
I remember that tournament.
2014 because like I was holding like the death.
2014.
Oh, sorry, 14, 2024. Sorry,
Okay, I was gonna
2024.
say that's going back to the
No,
Halcyon days.
no, 24. And
Yeah.
he was
Okay.
coming in at what did he use?
Scorn.
Harusk. No,
Oh, Rusk.
he
Okay.
wasn't doing Scorn. He was doing Harusk
Oh,
with his
Thunderstrike.
Orgoth.
Love Thunderstrike.
And but I was just like holding that like the death ball together with all of the exemplars because I think I was running 2 units of bastions, I was running 4 units of errants and 3 units of knights, which is just
Nice.
so much infantry to go in.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, anything you're killing with a melee attack is knocking your stuff down. So I just had this
Right.
giant ball around Kurios where you couldn't get in. And he what did he do? He slammed I can't remember how he did it, but he slammed um
Thunderstrike probably.
it might have been
He's just
Thunderstrike.
a spell that slams you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a better force hammer.
But he what he slammed though is he slammed the vigilant that I had next to Krios over Krios.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to give Krios the cover bonus and like let's keep him as protected as possible. Yep, he was just like and then Krios
Cool.
is knocked down and I'm like,
Yep.
oh no. Actually I don't think even
You
Krios was
cast
knocked
iron,
down
nerd.
because I had Gravis was still up. So Krios was
Yeah.
standing, but he still was like he now had a landing zone because he had
Yeah.
knocked the vigilant past.
Fire. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
And then he killed Krios and I was just like
Yep.
and it's one of those things like with Akers, if you make him kill you versus beating you on scenario, I call it like a moral victory.
Because that means you're playing him hard, basically.
Yeah, he had to take the extra
Because
3 minutes to
normally he's
think
very
about how to
content to
crush me.
just sit down or sit back and lock you out of the game and just
Oh
outplay
yeah,
you. But if you're making him assassinate you, yeah, that sometimes indicates that you done good, kid.
yeah. Well, he told me that, and I was like, yay, you still crushed
But
me. But it was like turn 5 or turn
he's got to
6 when
feel
you
better
finally
about it.
killed me. Hey, dude, I know that like I am not the best War Machine player. I'm probably one of the best Menoth players. Not that that's saying much, but you know,
One
I at least
four,
make people work for their yeah, I make people work for their kills. But oh,
yeah,
so Temple
for sure.
Flameguard. So I'm looking at a Thyra list
Yep, I would.
with double daughters,
Hmm.
double flamebringers, and 4 units of
Oh my, oh boy.
Temple Flame Guard. No UA, but Adjudicator in there instead of Blood of Martyrs.
Okay, interesting.
Because and not even acquired to back up the Adjudicator.
Oh boy,
Just it's gonna be like you either
fire's so bad
focus on
now.
me attempting to assassinate you, or you will focus on the Judicator because
Hmm.
you're not going to be
The
able to
distraction
really
card
do
effects.
both. Yeah, because I will hide those daughters behind those Temple Flame Guard as I just march them up towards you
Yeah,
until I get into reach, and then I'm like, cool.
so many
Um,
fucking
I'm
cheap shield guards. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna just charge straight up and acrobatics right over and
Hmm?
Um, you know, here, let's do some anatomical precision. Boop, 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 boop,
Here,
boop, boop.
this is a gift for you. Enjoy this. I won't.
We're gonna hit you and sidestep, and then we're gonna hit you and sidestep again, and then the
Some
next one's
more.
gonna just keep doing. And now that we've freed up more landing locations, the next group is coming in. And then, oh, they didn't finish it. It's okay. The Flamebringers are gonna possibly
Go
come
on,
in,
get him. Get him.
or Thyra herself. She's just gonna come in and just, do it. But man, I'd much rather prefer
You just
to
gotta not
play.
get dead first.
Yeah, that is the key. Well,
I
my
mean,
other
like, I don't
list,
think anyone's gonna knock you for wearing a flame guard armor and playing knights, dude.
really, I
No.
I feel like part of me would. I would judge me.
Well, I mean, you're your own worst critic, so go right
I
ahead.
absolutely.
I think people are just gonna be jazzed that you even have the fucking thing on in a con center and you're
Oh,
trying to play War Machine in it. Like, you
and
get props for that at least.
I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure I have. So I checked out the shield because it has like a grip point.
Yeah.
As long as I don't screw up the game, I'm gonna have the sheet my arm in the shield,
Nice.
like my, so I could just move like around. Otherwise, it might just have to be on the
Oh yeah.
side with
You
the
gotta.
spear.
I gotta show the chat the last shield that I made that's hanging up over here. Yeah. What do you think of this one?
Heck yeah, man.
It's
That
solid steel too.
Oh, dude.
You're not gonna
So
you're not
when
gonna
someone
find that in a costume Halloween shop.
I was gonna say when someone breaks into your house, you could just Captain America throw the shield at them.
I've thrown it before. It bounces.
Oh, dude, yeah, a lot of things bounce. A brick
Yeah.
bounces if you throw it hard enough.
I also have one of these up in
There
my
you
office
go.
right next to my computer. I forged that axe myself.
Heck yeah.
I'm all about hobby.
All right. So instead of me 3D printing a tower shield, do you want to make me a tower shield? It would be what, all of like 110 pounds?
Probably. Well, no. You certainly cannot use a tower shield. That's 100. You're thinking too Dark Soulsy. I think a
Oh,
tower shield probably weighs like 30 pounds.
hold on. Let's see.
Because I mean, you got to remember these guys had to carry them around all day, right? Like the Roman Legion, it's probably closest to the Roman Legion tower shield, which was predominantly made of wood. I think shaped wood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got nothing on vibranium, but like whatever. Eat your heart out.
20. You're right. 22 pounds.
Okay.
That's still pretty heavy. Hold on. What does a Spartan shield weigh? Because those were bronze.
Yes, and they were probably a 30-pound shield. But then, the guys from Sparta were like fucking body lifters, or like power lifters, basically.
All right. Depending on the age, um, yeah, about 20 pounds,
Yep.
18 to 20
Okay.
pounds. Dude, that would still. God, can you imagine?
No, I mean, like I say all the time that I was born in like the wrong time, but then I'm like, would I have done the exercise? I don't
I would have. Are
know.
you kidding? Oh yeah.
I guess in the times when it was acceptable to blow somebody's face off with a melee weapon, I would probably put in the work. You know
Yeah. Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, dude, I gotta see if I can find the picture. I made a tower shield for Alec Jr. when he was 6. Um, so it had like it was a cardboard backing with like a thin like wood plate, and then I
Hmm.
let him paint it. Dude, that thing was
Nice.
like it was funny. It was big enough that it legitimately came like he didn't have to like crouch behind it. Like it came past his shoulder.
That's pretty cool.
And it had like the grips, and he would like it was when he would grip it, he had to use like two hands like up. So he could definitely not have used, a spear or something. But it was a lot of fun.
Hey, he could take cover behind it though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. He
Good,
actually
good
wanted
runaway
it.
weapon.
Yeah, he wanted it to be able to hunt dragons.
Nice.
And I was like, well, you could definitely
Noise,
hide
kid.
behind it, like just stop the breath attack. The rest of the party's
Yep, there you
dead, but
go.
you're okay.
Then you run away
Yeah,
and avoid the TPK.
it's true.
Remember, when you're running from a dragon, you don't have to outrun the dragon, just the halfling.
Oh, man, there was one of my friends when we played a dragon campaign. So I took them all the way from hatchlings all the way to like small wyvern like status. Now they're not actually small; they were still, I think, large, but they were
Hmm.
like just above hatchlings.
Hmm.
And one of them used to joke that he loved eating halflings because they were like popcorn. You can't just eat one. So he would specifically he had a acid, or no, it was poison attack. So he would spray halflings with his poison attack and then just go and start eating their heads.
Pop, pop, pop.
Oh man, the wild that was under 3.5, with the Dragonomicon.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, yeah. Back in
I
the
remember
day.
those days. Yeah, that's the edition I learned to play.
It's a good
3 and
addition.
3.5. I started playing D&D in like 2000.
Yeah, it's a really good addition.
Yeah, it has flaws, right? But like that's honestly the reason why I like 3 5.0 better than 3.5 I ever did was because for all the wonderful things that 3.5 did, the thing they never got a hand on was like macro balance and balancing the different party classes with each other. Because at a
Oh
certain point,
yeah,
if you have a cleric, you're like, all right, well, I guess the fighter can just go sit down now. And like that doesn't make it fun for the fighter, you know.
yeah,
So like the internal balance in bounded math in fifth edition is much better for the party, I think, and for everyone to be able to have fun at the same table.
yeah,
Um, but I do lament the loss of some of the granularity that 3.5 had. However, in a game that's just like a tabletop game with your friends, and you're not trying to like be a tournament D&D player or whatever, like
hmm,
the lack of that nuance doesn't damage the game experience, in my opinion.
yeah. Oh man, no, I just think about some of the stuff like um one of my favorite characters to play that I got to play was a mind you, this was like broken as all get up. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
one of those like I wanted my character to be the main character and I forgot that there were five other people there plus the DM. And he was a favored soul, which is like a
Mhm.
sorcerer version of a cleric,
Yep.
but he was a moon guardian, which means he was a lawful good character who
Hmm.
gets hurt by lycanthropy, and then his god helps him overcome it. But there's also like the downside of like if he gets within a certain distance, it triggers the effect of like if he is around like evil, he can detect evil when he is like in a certain distance. And then
Hmm.
it used to get worse. Like if you were within like 15 feet of an evil character who did an evil act, even if you didn't see it, you would like change and you would
Gotcha.
be drawn to kill that evil character,
Yeah.
NPC or player.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah,
But there's a little bit of that going on.
it was great right up until I killed the uh what was he? It was a sorcerer, um the sorcerer subclass that was draconic. Not draconic, dragonborn.
Mm.
And so that guy used he was a lawful good, which he really stretched that lawful. He used his breath attack to kill his lightning attack to
Stretched.
kill like
Stretched that hole.
several people. And the
And meanwhile, in the alley next door, you're like, oh, my spider senses are tingling.
well, no, so he went inside. I was standing outside the so my character was chaotic good, but he was still good because he was a favorite soul. But he stayed outside of all of the businesses when we would go into town because like I was like, you guys are gonna do some shady stuff. You're gonna like intimidate, and if I see it, that's gonna get like it might not
It's
necessarily
gonna get
be
weird,
super
man.
great. So this guy,
It's gonna get weird. Don't make it weird.
yeah. So like I stayed outside of the wherever they were buying gear from, like magical items. So he
Hmm.
uses his breath attack and he does it, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. My guy's outside and his back is to the door or to the windows. So like I am like
And,
specifically nowhere near. So I like, and the DM just
and
hands me his,
I definitely have my fingers in my ears and I'm screaming la 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 la.
yeah, and the DM like hands me a piece of paper and goes, your god has spoken to you. An evil act has happened inside. It's you change. Oh, by the way, so my character was a dwarf, but his lycanthropy was werebear with a grizzly.
Okay.
So he went from
Conservation of matter kicks in. Got it.
it doesn't in
I know.
3.5 it does not.
It
Yeah.
never did. I know.
So, and mind you, I think we're like level 12 at the time. And so I'd finally gotten armor that was enchanted to magically grow with my character. And so before then, like I would go through so much. It was like Hulk and pants. My character went through a lot. And so, but like the DM hands me this piece of paper and it's like you're about to kill this character's this person's character. And I just like look at him and I'm like, are you
Oh,
serious? And
please
he's
no.
like, and I was like, what? And he's like, you change, you're gonna you're gonna roll with advantage. And I was like, oh no. So like the other people at the table, they're like, oh, he just handed him a piece of paper. This is gonna be bad. Except for
Wow.
the dragonborn sorcerer who's like, whatever, what's he gonna do? There's all of us in here. And my character like bears out and just goes charging in towards the dragonborn with advantage. And
He's not there no more.
yeah, he didn't. So like it turns out like there was a whole bunch of extra stuff like his claws at that point in time were magically blessed weapons that could penetrate like natural armor.
Yeah.
So like he just went straight through.
Yeah. I mean, like,
And
you focus on the build, right? Yeah.
mhm. Well, and things I like everyone knew that I was making this character because like we took it from like level 5 all the way through 12. And I was like, so we had kind of metagamed a little bit. Like this was before I was DMing. Like I DM'd on and off a little bit, but like it was I to kind of play with the rules a little bit fast and loose.
Hmm.
And I was like, hey guys, I was like, don't screw around. I was like, my character can kill you. And they're like, oh yeah, you're a favorite soul. I was like, I'm a favorite soul moon guardian. I was like, I can eat multiple of you. And like when you're transformed as a
I
favorite soul
won't
moon
even get
guardian,
a stomach ache.
yeah, it's like you don't understand. I still have all of my abilities, my magical abilities, because they're all divine based. So basically, think if you ever played Diablo 2, the Druid,
Yep.
like just going in, yeah, that's what I could do. I could just go crazy. So I would get
Hmm.
like improved regeneration. I had, my my mace that was blessed. I had a shield that would grow with me, and then I'm in bear form too. So like I can use the claw of my left hand where the shield is. It was gnarly. And um like I'm like maybe like I was like I don't know what happened. And like DM like hands me the pieces like he's like your god is telling you what happened. Your god just told you that this character murdered
Go on.
3 innocents
Your
along with his
shift just
children.
started. Get to work.
And I'm like, oh god. So like the other player characters, he's like, whatever, I have an AC of this, and like go through. Yep, I
I can save you, brother.
two rounds, and like the other characters were like kind of like stepped back and just let it happen because they were
Yeah,
also kind of tired of
whatever.
his
There's all of us in
shenanigans.
here, and then they're like, "Bro, if you think we're fighting with you."
Yeah. Do you really want to fight with an angry bear inside like a little warehouse? Like,
Bear
no.
house.
And so like they had just stepped back and let it happen. And I was like
Hmm.
half-hearting rolling. I was like, I don't want to kill his character. And
This hurts me more than it hurts you.
like,
Wait,
yeah,
no,
dude,
it doesn't.
it doesn't. Oh, dude, and he like that character, like that when a character, that player was pissed at the end because I ate his head. I chewed his head off. Like I tore it off,
Oh boy,
and
get that true
um,
resurrection spell ready.
yeah, it was just. Wait, and I'm the cleric too, or technically I'm
He
the
ain't
favored
coming
soul.
back.
Like I'm the and like so like we finished the whole thing, and I was like, okay, can we resurrect? And he's like, your god says no. And I was like, what? And he's like, you're as a so like in most things, like a wizard can do whatever. He doesn't have to report to a god. In
Right.
3.5 D&D, if you piss off your god, you lose your powers as a
Yeah.
divine based. Like
Hmm.
until you get a new person, that's it. Like you have no magical powers. So
You
like
better learn
me
to
trying,
repent.
yeah. So like I'm trying to like gonna bring him back, and he's like, your god said no. Your god said you smote him. Like he was
Why do you
bad,
want to bring him back now?
and I was
But
just like,
what? We don't believe in second chances at this organization.
uh, I can't remember what my character's like god was, but it was one of like the vengeful ones. It wasn't like the
No,
happy
no,
loving.
we pissed. We pissed.
And
Took his head off for a reason, brother.
yeah, well, I didn't even want to. I was like, oh, and the DM's like, yeah, you bite his head off and swallow it, and I'm just like,
Nom 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 nom.
what? Like I don't even spit it out. We can't just like put it back on. Nope, nope. He's like, you swallowed it. And he's like, and when you
Nice.
change back, the head is crushed. And I'm just like,
Right.
yeah, that dude who played that character was just angry. Like he was angry at.
Yeah, I mean, like at a certain point, though, you had plenty of levels to understand what was going to happen. You know,
Oh
you were the
yeah.
one that made this decision.
Well, no, like the thing is like the rest of the players in the room totally okay with it. They're like, nope, we. When he did that, because they were like, hey, because he was trying to intimidate, and the intimidation, like I think he like rolled poorly. I can't remember what. It was like it was something happened. Like the intimidation did not go well.
Negotiations have broken down.
And he's like, all right, breath weapon it is. Do you need all your children? And it was like, and my character's god's like, huh, I
Yeah,
I
we're
have
not going to
someone,
let that fly.
yeah, I have
I have
someone in the
something to say
vicinity
about
who can
this.
fix this. Yeah. And like I found out later on the DM, like, cause like when I built that character and like just kept getting bigger and bigger, I was like, why are you letting, like, this is overpowered and broken? And he's like, well, you don't really like cheat with it. He's like, normally you don't even go bear form. You just stay in the back and you're just kind of like a casual, healer.
Spellcaster guy.
And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do because I was trying to like not be like center stage. Like I
Hmm.
was, but I wasn't. Like I was trying to do
Well, you
like
just want to be the powerful badass character that was able to, help the party win the combats and not like overreach their station too much.
yeah. Well, actually, the thing
Right?
is,
Like
most of
I've
those
played
up.
that character because I play with a lot of newbies, and
Hmm.
I'm like, y'all don't even have your main stat maxed. Like, come on,
Yeah. Well, like,
somebody's
and
gonna have to put this monster down. I'll play the character that does the most damage.
I
You
wasn't
know,
even trying to be the one who did the most damage. I was basically
no,
trying to make a like unkillable character.
yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying there's multiple
yeah,
reasons to do it, and it can be fine when you do it as
yeah,
long as you're in conversation with your DM and all that other
yeah.
shit. Yeah,
And the DM
totally
was,
agree.
all about me doing it. And like, he's like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
like he needed to learn, and I was like when he said the phrase he needed to learn, I was like, oh, this was your plan the whole time. Like,
Hmm.
but that
Yeah,
and
because
then
he looked at that character sheet of yours and was like, I can work with this.
Yeah. Well, especially because he let me just keep going in it, and I'm just did I want to take more levels in Favorite Soul, or did I want to take more levels in Moon Guardian? Moon Guardian. Because once you maxed out Moon Guardian, you could always go back and get more Favorite Soul levels. But because taking levels in Moon Guardian also got you levels in whatever your divine as well. It counted the same because it was 3.5. It
Oh
was
my god.
broken as all get up. So
Yep,
like
yep, yep.
here I am like a level 12 character, and it's the equivalent of being, like I have the
Like a
armor.
level 16 characters or
Yeah,
whatever.
it was just broken, and like letting
At
me
least
have
you're like
armor.
at least another tier ahead, basically.
Oh, well beyond,
Yeah.
and um, it was one of those things like, oh yeah, Um, my weakness wasn't to silver, it was to cold iron, which no one brings
Nice.
with them.
Unless
Because
they're hunting
people
Fae.
like, yeah, because people are like, oh yeah, like, and I was funny. I was like, oh yeah, my weakness is silver, and he's like, no, your weakness is cold iron, and I was like, no, it says in the thing silver, and he's like, your weakness is cold iron, and I'm like, okay. I was like, don't like, what about regular steel? He goes, no, cold iron. I was like,
Mm-hmm. Has to be forged
okay.
a certain way.
Yeah, I was like, this is gonna upset people, and he's like, whatever. He's like, this is when I got my magical armor that grew,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, whatever. And yeah, that was when he was like, yeah, he's like, your weakness isn't silver, it's cold iron. So when I went
Nice.
against that Dragonborn, he got
Couldn't hurt you.
demolished. Like his lightning
It
weapon,
couldn't
my
even fight
character
back,
didn't
basically.
care. Oh no, he
Yeah.
tried. He tried to fireball
No,
the
but
room.
effectively,
Oh
he was
yeah,
not able to fight you back against you.
no, no. No, like that's what I think when
That's
the
looking
other thing he
pretty
upset
good.
the other people. That looks great, dude. Is when he tried
Thank
to
you.
fireball the inside of the room with the other players still in there.
Looks kind of like that, right?
It does. And it looks awesome, man.
I'm pretty good with that. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, very nice.
I got
I've done.
some
Let's see. I got
tattoos on her.
so yeah. So I got bricks done completely, other than the
Hmm.
base and pouring the resin. And then I've worked a little bit on Cynthia. But I think we're probably gonna have to do a little bit of a shorter episode. I know everybody's super excited and they're enjoying it, but we are gonna have to cut it back a little bit tonight. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
I do need to get a decent amount of sleep. But thank you for everyone coming out.
Amen.
As always, I'm
Okay.
Alec, and
I'm Dan.
you. All right. Thank you
Let's get
for
you
coming
painted.
out. Yeah. Thank you for coming out to Let's Get You Painted, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
Take care, everybody. Later.